listening to Power Plug Radio, home of your throwback jams.
Yo, yo, yo.
We back
in the cave, baby.
We back in the cave, man.
Yes,
we
sir.
in the cave.
Another Thursday, Power Plug Radio, Man Cave. It's your boy D kicking it off. We got a packed show. Who we got in the house tonight, man?
We got Jay Rizum. Your favorite member of the Silver Lake Boys Associated.
Favorite.
You got Kelvin Stewart. You know me like that's Bunk in the Streets. I'm the better member of Silver Lake Boys Associated. Yeah. Hey, man, we got a nice show tonight.
I'm excited, man.
Packed show, man. And before we introduce our other guests, you know we got to let y'all know 4 ways to listen right now. Download the app in the Google Play or the Apple Store. All right. You can tell Alexa what you tell Alexa.
Hey, I want to hear powerplugradio.com, dog.
Yeah, you tell Alexa you want to hear Power Plug. She'll play it. You can visit www.powerplugradio.com and you can subscribe to the Power Plug Radio YouTube where we live right now. And you can call 727-686-0512. We got a jam-packed show. We want to let some people introduce themselves, just kind of lean in there and let them know who you is in the cave. Who we got?
Let's start it off.
You got Coach Cooper.
Hey.
Coach Deck.
Coach Williams. Coach Cooper.
Yeah, man.
Man, that was some boring ass introductions and shit. What the hell is wrong with y'all, man? Coach Cooper. Come on, dog.
That's right.
Y'all doing big ass things in the city, man. Y'all can't be Coach Cooper. Coach Cooper.
I hear you.
Come on, dog.
Hey, Coach Cooper in the house, man. The man came tonight.
That's right.
Coach Cooper hanging out with the fellas.
That's right.
And the beautiful young lady.
Yeah, all right.
Shout out to Jim, our favorent producer.
Amen.
Yeah, man. We've been excited, for y'all to come on, man, and it's, we don't have a lot of people in studios, especially 4 at one time. We've had a lot of guests, but we've never had 4 at one time.
It's history. It's a special night.
And
special.
And you guys, I know I've known Brian for a while. I know he's been coaching for a long time. I know you, Dick. I ain't never really hung out with you, but I know you a little bit because you've been coaching a lot too. But I just want to know from you guys, what's Florida's elite, man, and how did that get started?
So I'm really the creator of Florida's elite.
Okay.
Although these guys kind of help push it.
Okay.
To be. What happened?
Yep.
We were coaching high school and training boys.
Okay.
So coaching high school, training boys, and then our high school teams became kind of dominant in certain people's eyes.
Yeah.
And they felt like calling high school football athletic association on us.
Yeah.
Saying that we were working with other kids or working with the kids off season.
Okay.
Wow.
So
that's not allowed. They saying you can't do that.
As a high school coach, you can't work with not only your kids off season, but any other kids. So we were just working with kids in the community.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. You didn't have to be on our team.
Okay.
That's right.
So it was a situation where they felt like we were recruiting.
Yeah.
So
were you?
No. So
Put it out now.
Man, you're pretty fast, man. What school are you going to next year?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I've never asked a kid to play for me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There you go.
That's right.
I've never asked a kid to play for me.
But you might coach him so good, he'd be like, man, I want to go play
So
for coach.
that'll happen. That'll happen.
Yeah.
On the choice of the kid and, of course, at the parent.
Yeah.
But at that time, recruiting violations were very heavy.
Yeah.
With the Florida High School Association. So, like Coach Decky said, we were just doing it for any kid that wanted to get
That's right.
to get to the next level. Mm-hmm. And that's what me and Coach Williams, that was our business, the next level. And we had a facility. And, we worked in partnership with Elite.
Okay.
So we were just, it started with Coach Williams. He was doing it for a very long time, all the way back to Ernest Givens. That's how long he's been training athletes in St. Pete. So I just saw him on 31st one day, and I just pulled over. And wanted to see what he was doing. And then when I got out there, he knew a lot of the kids, Jock Sanders, MJ,
Davis.
So and I knew a lot of them from coaching St. Pete Little Devils.
Yeah.
So it just happened, and then we just hooked up, and then we all just, been coaching together for a long time, and that's how it took off.
So that's kind of how we started Florida's Elite.
Okay.
When they reported that we were recruiting, I looked and tried to find a loophole in it. So I saw in the rules that if it's a business, then it's not recruiting.
Okay.
So I went home and got the LLC and everything together, created a business. So when they came to us about recruiting, they couldn't say anything because it was a business. We was providing a service.
Okay. Well, where are y'all located? Awesome. Y'all in St. Pete, right? Where are y'all located? I mean, is there a storefront or a place where people can get in contact with you?
Right now we're at a park.
Okay.
We're at a park with any kids that want to work out.
Okay.
Right now we have a different generation of kids.
Yeah.
When we first started doing this, kids were excited about working there because we were one of the first few guys in this city to start doing training.
Yeah. When did y'all start this?
And I remember starting probably back in 2098.
Okay.
Somewhere in that time, and I was having 40 kids on a Saturday morning show up to the field.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's when it was a blessing when Coop showed up. Helped me out, man, and it was just a tremendous blessing.
Wow.
He showed up at the time because it had got overwhelming. It really had, Trying to, Coach trained 40 kids at one time, and then what me and Coop would do, he would coach defense backs, and I would coach receivers, and then we would go into sports specific or position specific type training.
Yeah.
And then after that, we go to one-on-ones, and sometimes, man, I'm telling you, that's all Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Kids wouldn't want to go home.
Yeah.
Wow. But it was truly a blessing. God had showed us that's what He wanted us to start here in the city.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's tight.
Obviously, I think everybody in this room loves football.
Yeah.
And sports in general. You guys, you had a high school coaching background, but what was really behind you guys saying, okay, well, let's get the off-season conditioning. Like, what was the inspiration behind it? You guys just recognize that, it's what you put in off the field that's going to translate to on the field?
Exactly. It's what a man sows is what he reaps.
That's right.
If a kid ain't willing to put the time in, is not willing to sow in that good seed, he can't get no harvest from it. Not a seed, not sown. So you got to be willing to put the time in, enjoying the process. Because a lot of times kids get mad and get upset about training. But you got to understand, if you put this in, you really want it, you got to look at the end result. You got to learn how to enjoy the process.
That's right.
Of getting where you're trying to go. And these guys here do a heck of a job with it, man. They bless me. I know that.
Now, you guys, most of you guys you've coached on the little league level also.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And which organizations?
I started out with Lakewood Junior Spartans back in the day.
St. Pete Green Devils. St. Pete Devils.
Okay.
So I started with St. Pete Green Devils. Then I left and went to Civil Raiders. Then I left and went to Lakewood. Junior Spartans.
Okay. Me and Bump, our kids played at Gibbs.
Yeah.
GJG,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So quite naturally, we got sucked into the coaching out there.
Yeah.
We coached off and on for probably about 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, it's needed and it was very fulfilling.
Yeah.
The kids needed us, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we do share in the responsibility to our community.
That's right.
And it is up to, I'm not being sexist, but it's up to the men to get together and give whatever gift we have
Yes, sir.
to these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, and each one of us have different gifts. That's our spiritual leader.
Yeah.
I call him the senior man.
Yeah.
This is my B-law. This is my baby brother-in-law. So I call him B-law.
Yeah.
But he has a unique way of pouring into kids and letting them know who they are.
Yeah.
Like letting them know what's in, like you are a king, you are a great. Like So that helps them to maneuver.
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
And me, I'm just kind of the health guru. I
Yeah.
try to
Okay.
let them know what to feed themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In their mouths and in their ears and all of that. So we together we've been able to build a total man to a certain extent.
Yeah,
That's
We
right.
like to see him come in for the boys and leave as men.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what it's
And
all about.
and I've heard that y'all have. I mean, just throughout y'all history since 98, 2000, whatever it is, that y'all have coached some elite athletes. You know, some serious elite athletes out of this area, man. Tell us about some of the folks who y'all.
Josh Bellamy.
Okay.
And when we coached at Lakewood in 2010 to 14, we had a team.
Wow.
Griffin boys.
Yeah.
We had Rodney Adams, Marquez Valdez Scanlon. You know,
Yeah.
those guys. Dante Fowler, y'all, Isaiah Wynn.
Yeah.
All those guys were on that team, man. And they would come out on Saturday mornings and put the work in.
Yeah.
And you saw the result.
Yeah.
You know, you saw what happened. Those guys, got it done. And that's what you try to instill into the kids today. How bad do you want it?
How bad
You
do
gotta
you
have
want
some
it?
want to, man. You know, if you don't
How
want
bad do you want
this,
it?
it's not gonna happen for you.
Now, my man, we had a little meeting. Was it yesterday?
We pregame for
Yeah,
our,
we
for our shows.
pregame for y'all guys a little bit, man. And my dog had a great question. Now
Well, let me. Can I say? Let me.
I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you
All
do
right.
it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Cause I ain't got to say nothing yet. Like I love football too. I play. You know, I'm just not from here, and they give me a hard time for that. But I've been here long enough where they done accepted me. I be at the Silver Lake. You know, I live on South Side.
I be at the Silver Lake. Come on, dog.
That's why
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I be at the lake
Sound like
with the Silver Lake boys. See, they don't like the way I say it, but I say it how I say it, bunk.
Go ahead, my brother.
But nah, man, I'm from Tallahassee. You know what I'm saying? I've been down here for a while, and I give these guys a hard time because we love talking sports in here. And they told me that ain't no state championships in Pinellas County. So I give them a hard time about that.
Right.
And so Bunk was like, well, we'll talk about it tomorrow on the show.
Yeah.
So we going to talk about it. I don't know if y'all know about any high schools from where I'm from, but I went to Gobby.
Lincoln Ricketts, Garvey. Yeah.
Ricketts. Gobby. Probably one y'all remember Eric Terrell. I don't know if you remember that guy, but that's when y'all played. But yeah, so we got a couple of state rings. I didn't win the championship, but we went to the playoffs and things like that. But I give them a hard time, so we wanted to talk about why there ain't no bling bling down
Yeah,
here.
why? All y'all need. Rod, Derek, Brian, and Deck. You need to tell me why we ain't got no championships in St. Petersburg.
Just parity, man.
It's a lot. It's
16 high schools in Pinellas
That's
County
the key.
alone.
Ain't always been like that. Though.
No, it's always been like
We
that.
had
Ain't always been like
too
that.
many high schools pulling the kids. So like you got Gobby or Lincoln. So imagine Lakewood High School, right? And they don't have to compete with Bogey. All those kids go to Lakewood. They don't have to compete to Pines Park because you live in the Queensmart and go to Pines Park. And say they don't have to compete with Dixie.
Yeah.
Say they don't have to compete with St. Pete High. Say they don't have to compete with Osceola.
Yeah.
And then you got Gibbs. Let's say the other half go to Gibbs.
Yeah.
So what happens if with Gibbs and Lakewood at that time? Will we be dominant?
Yeah.
Because, and I'm gonna say this, because one thing about St. Pete, if you good here, you good anywhere.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like the talent that we've been able to put our hands on, they're going off and not just played the game, they dominated the game.
Oh, no doubt.
And they
Yeah, that's
dominated the game at every level. They never ran into competition. The only competition was themselves. So within these 64 blocks, you got all these high schools pulling.
Yeah.
And if you stop that,
Then you'll get your
get your ring.
you'll get your state.
All right,
I mean,
man.
but even with that,
Yeah.
we still have been close,
Yeah.
and it's going to happen.
Like in the championship game a few times or like
plenty
when
time.
I was
Okay.
at Admiral Farragut, we went to the state.
okay.
Yeah.
So again, now you got the private schools that's pulling it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Oh, you got IMG across the bridge.
IMG.
That
Yeah.
gets the
Indian
best
Rock,
talent.
Northside Christian, Admiral Farragut. You still got St. Pete Catholic. I remember one year St. Pete Catholic had
With Jock.
Yeah, we was there.
Chris
2004.
Davis.
John Sanders that lived right around the corner from Silver Lake.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So he was. I mean, he was one of the first. He was one of the first ones to really,
Yeah.
go to West Virginia and make a name for himself.
He was in the backfield with Devine. Remember Noel Devine and Jock.
That's right.
And coming,
Yeah.
and coming from the true south side of St. Pete. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He was, from the hood.
Delta Heights.
Yeah.
You know, and I watched him grow up from
He had him in 8.
St. Pete,
years
St.
old.
Pete Little
Exactly.
Devils.
Yeah.
You know, and then going to St. Pete Catholic, and
I had
that's
him
when
in high school.
That's when Coach took him over to the point where, it's SAT. It's SAT Saturday.
Yeah.
He out Friday night playing tongue.
Oh no.
But that's
Yeah.
just how it was.
Yeah.
And Coach had to go in there and say, "Hey, listen,
That's right.
it's something better out there. It's something better out there
Yeah.
for you, man.
Oh,
You know."
man.
Exactly.
We got things to do anymore.
That's
Come
right.
on, man. And this is what these kids need direction.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have somebody that's going to be willing to show them the way to go. That's what God told me to do. He told me to give kids divine instruction. Show them how to get where they're trying to go in life. Wow. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make sure that, hey, man, don't take that road. Take this road.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, I think, a lot of kids just need that. Somebody to sit there and say, when they get to that, what we call that fork in the road,
Yeah.
somebody to be there to say, nah, I wouldn't go that way.
Yeah.
I think you ought to go this way.
And if I might add, give you a perfect example. When I was in high school, we all grew up in Lake McGrory Shores.
Okay.
Right? So they took Lake McGrory Shores and they cut it up 4 ways.
Yes, you did.
We was all supposed to go to Lakewood High School. They cut it up 4 ways. They cut it up. We had to go to Pinellas Park. Other half of Lake McGrory Shores had to go to Osceola.
Yep.
Then on the other side, they cut up in two pieces. The other fourth went to Lakewood. Other fourth went to Northeast.
Yeah.
Now watch this. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. We went undefeated at Pinellas Park because all the blacks that went up there, we were undefeated with 2 1,200-yard rushers 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Osceola had 1,000-yard rushers. His little brother and Brian Lattimore. Lakewood had Kenny Streeter and God rest his dead, Darrell Lee.
All the guys was down there.
Yeah.
It would have been 6 running backs who all 1,000-yard rushers.
At Lakewood.
At
all
one
at
school.
Lakewood at one
At
school.
one time,
So you
yeah.
see the depth.
Yeah.
So what happened? The school board every 2 years also changes the zones. Every 2
Y'all know
years.
that's by design,
Yeah.
right?
Every 2 years. It's by design.
It's by design.
So you have no continuity. You have no
Never in the
continuity.
Yeah.
And you don't have any depth.
Yeah.
They pulling like they can say they're pulling, they water it down. So when we go play the schools over the bridge, and we go play the schools, our first teams match. Our second and third teams.
depth.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So it's a depth.
And when I was coaching at Lakewood High School, I was coaching at Lakewood until 2 years ago. You would go play Booker T. We'll go play Jacksonville Bulls. We won't play Miami Columbus.
Yeah.
And those schools, well, Booker T got depth because they just got dudes who just live in that area.
Yeah.
But Columbus private school and Jacksonville Bulls, they got depth because they can recruit.
They can.
Yeah.
Bulls brings out three sets of 5 linemen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they all are good.
Bowls always have a
Bulls.
squad.
Columbus did the same thing. 3 sets of 5 linemen.
Yeah.
And we our boys tied by now. He come in from the third set, and everybody's 6'4".
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why it hasn't gotten over the top. But it will though. Like Coach Bryce says, it's gonna
I
happen.
remember leaving my house. So across the street, you went to Gibbs. So me and everybody will walk out the house, walking down the street together. But the one on this side made a left to go to Gibbs, and we made a right and went to Bogey.
Yeah.
We went to the semis when I was at Bogey with 22 players.
Wow.
We lost to Leonard
That's
Connor.
incredible.
I don't know if y'all remember Connor.
Yeah.
Leonard Connor. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Leonard
I
Connor.
played against him in high
So
school.
they end up playing in the state title against Daytona Seabreeze.
Okay.
But they beat us 6-3.
Yeah.
But we only had 22 players.
Yeah.
And imagine if we would went to Gibbs. But then we went
Exactly.
in basketball and won the state title
Yeah.
almost back to back.
Yeah.
So that's the talent so watered down and spread it out.
Yeah.
I saw the same thing when my little brother went to school. My little sister went to Lakewood. My little brother went to Osceola.
Yeah.
And lived in the same house.
Yeah.
Little brother was nice. We grew up together.
Yeah. Yeah. We had to. Yeah, I went to Northeast High School. We had to lie, cheat, and steal.
Right.
Just so I mean, because like wait, I lived on 9th and 23rd, 9th Street. I was in that same area
Yeah.
that you're talking about, And they zoned us for Osceola, and I said, "The hell I am! I ain't going no damn. I'm not finna go to no Osceola. That might as well been another country back then. And when I was in school,
This
is the '80s.
Going to Largo, US 19,
Seminole,
Bay City Bargain Plywood, and Joyland Dance Hall.
You know, you gotta.
That's right.
It's pitch black outside just for you to get to school early in the morning. So
Northeast was good back then.
we
had
was
Tony Ferguson and Terry Terrell.
Yeah.
They was good back then.
Back
Who
then,
that?
they was
Northeast?
They was in Miami back then.
I played with Dave Bowman and
Bowman went to Miami, I think.
Bowman went to
with
Kansas
Brown.
State.
Okay, it was another one on the
Selwyn
team.
Bobby
Brown.
Bird.
Bird went to
Me
Miami.
and Bobby grew up together.
I played
grew
with
up right
Bird.
on 16th Street and 13th Avenue.
Yeah.
That's where my grandma stayed.
Yeah.
But my mama stayed in Child Park, so I had to go to school over there.
Oh, okay,
So me and Andre Bradley grew up together.
That's right.
Yeah.
Andre Bradley.
Just so y'all know, Northeast had a few good teams
Oh no, absolutely.
back then.
Absolutely.
But and put out some players. Some players. You know, in the early '80s. I mean, it was Charles Henry. A lot of them were going to Miami, University of Miami.
I played with
back
Selwyn
then.
in Little League.
Yeah.
Charles competed against each other. With discus.
Charles Henry taught me how to throw the disc.
That's right.
Okay. So you know, St. Pete has a large history, Pinellas County, really, of putting players, you know, in Division I programs and in the NFL. But for whatever reason, and you know, like you guys said, we haven't got that championship, man. And it's like I said, I believe it's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna happen. I mean, you know, something has to give, and you guys might be, you know, the catalyst for that, man. Because y'all are training these guys and giving them some direction, you know, that maybe they're not even getting at the school that they're at. You know, maybe their coaches aren't even teaching them the way you're teaching them. But then you're doing it, you know, in the off season, giving them even that extra boost with the training and all of that. You know, I commend you guys, man. Thank y'all for doing that, and you know, and keep it up. So, you know, what is your advice to the upcoming athlete, man, right now? I mean,
What a man sows is what he reap.
what a man sows, what he. What about you, Mr. Williams? What's your?
That's what I tell him.
Okay.
I mean, Mrs. Cooper. I'm sorry, Mr. Cooper.
And he get greater later.
Okay.
Get greater later. Gotta want to work.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My advice to them is almost what Coach Williams says, but also they have to understand. They gotta understand the structure that they're going into when they go into life. They gotta understand the political structure.
Yeah.
They gotta understand the financial structure.
Yeah.
The educational structure. The economical structure.
Yep.
And that's what Coach Decky and Coach Brian, where they come in at, because they really want to have these guys whole going into life. You know, so it's using sports as a catalyst, of course.
Yeah.
And as a ramp, as a stepping stone. Right. But it's really about understanding. Like he can talk to you about, you know, Rayshawn Jenkins.
Yeah.
And what Rayshawn does as far as investing back in the community.
Yeah.
And chances for generational wealth. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it is.
You know? That's right. And you can't give them one without the other. You have to give them all four, because those four quadrants make up your life.
Yeah.
They affect us every day.
All right. What about you, B?
Man, just being whole. Just being whole, and that's our, and even, you know, going back to, how No Bump, just Keith being my barber, and that's
right.
That's what we've been talking about, you know, just raising young men and understanding to not create broken homes.
Yeah.
And how to do things the right way. So the first time around when we did this, honestly, it was, you know, we trying to help boys get to college, potential, fulfill NFL dreams. You know, but this time around, we're going to start back training, and it's going to be, like Derek said, football is going to be the lure that gets them to us. And then once we get them there, yes, we're going to do the speed and agility training, but this time around, we're going to make sure that we're creating whole young men. and they understand the spiritual aspect of
Character
it.
and integrity.
They understand
Right.
they understand how to eat healthy, and understanding that how food can also be a pitfall for not being a great athlete.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and just having a healthy life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
And then just me teaching self-awareness and being transparent and telling them hey, listen, I had to be transparent with myself.
Yeah.
As I got older, to understand what changes I had to make and not neglect them. You know what
Yeah,
I mean, and not
yeah.
ignore them or point the finger at somebody else for my mistakes that I made. So just giving them the understanding of how to be whole young men. Saying mind, body, and soul. That's the advice I would give to the young men right now that's trying to become
right.
your Dante Fowlers, your twins, and your Marquez Valdez-Scantling. But we saw them work, and it wasn't just on the field. We saw them work in the school. We saw them work in the community.
That's
So
right.
we saw them put in a lot of time where they gave selfless acts.
Yeah. What about you,
So-
Dak?
Man, I think for a young man that's trying to take this journey today, I think it's easier now than ever. We look at the glass half full sometimes and think that it's a lot of distractions. But if you can keep the main thing, be whole like B saying, you cut your competition out of the way just by eating healthy.
Yeah.
right.
If I feed my body the right things, what God intended, I can ask what I want from my body.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can't go out there with sodas and McDonald's
Yeah.
and our kids eat it every day.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And then the spiritual aspect, what Coach Williams brings. Understanding God and your purpose. Because everybody has a purpose.
Yeah.
And understanding that you can function. It doesn't matter if you're big or small. You still have a gift.
Yeah.
Being able to utilize that. What B saying about being whole. Being a whole man, that means like eliminating distractions by it's okay to be different.
Yeah.
It's actually important to be different.
That's right.
It's actually important to walk your own walk and not go with that crowd.
Yeah.
And if you can put those things together, like when we coach these boys and we get to them, it's easy for them to make it. Because once they know how to block that out, then they learn how to maneuver through life. Because everybody else got those distractions, so that's going to hold them back automatically.
Yes, sir.
So with what we pouring into them and what I would advise any young man, if you can keep the main thing, you're going to be all right.
Okay. That's right. Yeah, man, I commend y'all, man, because, like, when I played ball, to have influencer in your life, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes Pops ain't there. My dad wasn't there. Right. Football was something. I had coaches to this day. Jesse Forbes, I don't know if y'all ever heard of Coach Forbes, but he's track coach, one of the fastest men in Florida back in his day. But him and my defensive coordinator, some of the things they say still stick with me to this day, man. So I commend y'all for reaching out to the youth and let them know it's life after football. What about being a man? Right. And to piggyback off the nutrition thing, like, we used to have pregame meals. They ain't talk about no nutrition with us, man. Right. So that's awesome how things are changing from when I played ball. I'm sure when y'all played ball to now. So I just commend it, man.
Yeah, I piggyback off of that, man. Like some of the stuff y'all said, like, well, I wish y'all was around when I was playing ball. Because, McDonald's,
Yeah.
Before the game, we all half the team going to McDonald's. Yeah. And then we all taking turns going in the stall before the game. Exactly. But it's needed. It's essential, I remember, playing football and thinking like, how can I be better? How can I gain a competitive edge? And I didn't think about, diet. You know what I mean? Because I was on burgers and fries and drinking sodas and I had, I can admit, I had a poor work ethic. I didn't want to put in the work off the field. Right. It's like, okay, it's kids nowadays, they playing football all year round. Right. And it's like, okay, it's football season. Now I'm ready for football. But in the downtime, I had no direction. You know, so it's great, man, what you guys are doing, man.
And it's about be ready in season and out of season.
That's right.
You know, you should always be ready, and that's what you try to instill into these kids, man. Be ready when your time calls, when your numbers call. Yeah. You be ready.
So when are you guys plan on, I guess, starting like your training sessions? Is there
So we had actually, this is interesting that you mentioned that. We've been out of the game for a while. So it hit my spirit to give them a call to say, let's get back into it. When I called B-Law, he was like, I just want to know what made you think of this, because he was feeling the same way.
Okay.
When I called Coach Williams always on board. He always ready to roll.
Yeah.
He gonna be first up, last down. So he said, let's do it. So we met last week, and we sat down. Actually, Sunday. Sunday, we sat down and said, let's give it one more hurrah, one more last chance.
Okay.
So we picked 10 and up. We're gonna take another group all the way to the promised land.
Okay.
We're gonna follow them all the way through. That's something we've
Awesome.
been able to do.
Yeah, man.
Been able to coach them and train them in Little League.
Yeah.
We go to the game, support them. They love the support.
Yeah.
When you believe in them, they believe in
that's
you.
the key, man.
Ain't nothing
They run through a brick wall.
They run
Exactly.
through a
That's the
brick
key,
wall,
man. That's the
and
key.
then we're gonna follow them through middle
That's
school,
just love, man. You show
through
them
high
love.
school, and support them through college. And now we had a resources from the guys that we trained prior
Yeah.
to also pour into them.
Yeah.
To help us keep them on track.
That's cool,
So,
man.
I understand you don't have a mother or father or whatever your circumstance or your situation is, but once you understand that God selected you to be in that situation, now you can still make the most out of it, and that's our job. And
That's right.
They're gifted and talented, man. These kids are gifted and talented, and you just want them to do what God's will is for their life.
Right. Yeah.
That's right.
Because I have to make kids understand, wait a minute, the gift and the talent that you have is not for you.
That's
It's for somebody else.
And that's when when he called me, I'm in school, and it's a class that I'm taking. It's called School and Society, and they went through the different eras of school, and it started with the blacks and how of course we were stripped of education, still is
Right.
being stripped of education, and then they went to the Native Americans, and it was a quote in there, and it said, because the white man was trying to assimilate the Native Americans. They were trying to get them to buy into the Euro-American way of education.
Conform.
Conform. And they started doing it by boarding schools and taking them away from the reservations.
Yeah.
And one of the generals who was coming to take the kids away said, in order to change people, it starts with the children, with the kids. And working in the school system right now, I see where I have dropped the ball with this generation that I'm currently seeing right now.
That's right.
Just their mindset and what they're
That's right.
thinking is what's important.
Yeah.
And what's going to validate them. And
That's right.
And so when he called, I said that was the thing. I said we have to start with our kids. If we want to change our people, we have to start with our kids. So even though that statement was made for another people to take another people to change them,
Right.
I used it. I thought it was like, what about we take it and change our own people
Yeah.
That's
by
right.
starting with the kids?
It's a universal truth, man.
Yeah. So that's what. So
It's a universal truth,
When
you
he
know.
called, that's why I was just like,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what made you think of that? Because and then changing the aspect just from training to making them whole men with the three aspects that we're gonna instill in them. You know what I'm saying? Character, self-awareness,
Okay.
loving yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being able to understand that being different is okay.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Doing the right thing is absolutely okay.
That's right.
And knowing that society says that you should do it this way, or but we're gonna say try it this way. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Be polite. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
okay to open the door. For
That
a
ain't
lady, you know what I'm
soft.
saying?
Like the new generation think that's soft.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. At all, because it's funny because every time they leave the cafeteria in the morning, I say, I love y'all. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say it, every day.
Every
At
day.
first, the boys used to be like, man, Mr. Cooper, you own that. I was like, man, but I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, you know, just doing it every day, you know what I'm saying, you get some feedback back. But it's just important that we, as, you know, they can say, you know, as black men, truly pour and be able to be transparent with what you went through in your life.
Yeah.
And say, this is what I
can
did.
help that generation.
Yeah.
And give back. So
But
that's
you
why.
know, I totally agree with everything you guys are saying because you can James can attest. Like I kind of changed the way I speak to people. Like if I'm like totally willing and totally like I apt to call to say, hey man, I love you, like all the time because it changed my life. It changed. It's made me happier.
Amen.
You know, it made me feel better about myself and better about the people that I'm around. You know what I'm saying? My whole idea of my community and the people who are around me has like I ain't saying flip flop, but it's brighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not down on our kids when they don't do well. I love them anyways. You know, I'm not down on our parents when they don't do well. I love them anyways. And if there is something that I can do to help change that, like you guys are doing, you know, we should be doing that. You know, and that's how we should take this whole thing, man. I really I commend y'all, man. If there's somebody out there who want to call and talk to the boys from Florida's Elite, the number is 727-686-0512 because these boys are doing it.
Yes, sir.
And this is so important. Not just building kids to play football, to be athletes, but building young men to be, you know, good men. I ain't even gonna say productive, because I hate that crap. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be able to produce something in, you know, for somebody in order for you to be important. But to be a good person, you know, to be somebody who can love and be loved. You know what I'm saying? To have a certain level of respect, you know, amongst your people is very, very important. And I think y'all are building that, man. I really commend y'all, man, for that. That's big, man. You know, that we were talking about mentoring, you know, in our meeting yesterday a little, you know, and there's no questions to ask you guys about that because that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? It's not a, you know, that's not even a second thought for you guys. It's what you do. You guys are great mentors, and I wish I got two-year-old twins, man. They ain't ready yet. I got my grandbabies. I want to get it. They need it right now. They need it right now, boy, because they off the chain already. I get to get y'all training them.
Early.
Get them on the regimen.
Well, we're going to let you start off first.
Yeah.
And then we'll take over.
pass it on to you. But what stands out, just hearing, I'm learning them all the time, but not in this format, but just hearing us talk, we never really talk about sports as much as we do the other stuff.
Yeah.
When we get the kids, we use football to draw them in.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because they flock to that.
That's that vehicle to get
That's
you.
right.
Yeah.
You know?
He's not going to talk that much about football. He's going to tell you about who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He's not going to talk to you that much about football.
Yeah.
He's going to tell you,
We're going to talk about
Yeah.
integrity and character.
yes.
Do the right thing no matter what.
I'm
Just do
going to
the
try
right
to
thing.
make sure that
Kids
you
gotta understand
change
that.
your eating, that you are healthy,
Yeah.
that you understand what you putting in your mouth, in your ear, in your body,
Yeah.
and how that affects you.
All right.
And that's the
Right. But not only just tell them, you know, the most important part is letting them see it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Letting them see it. You see what I
walk
mean?
it.
And that's the part that, you know, that's going to be tough for us to maintain that integrity regardless, because you don't know, you know, where you in Publix or whatever. You know, Coach Cooper, you want to make sure that, you know, you're doing, you know, the right thing all the time, and not only just telling them, but displaying it. You know what I mean? And not only, you know, telling them about character, but educating them, you know, behind character. You know, what's behind character. Not just telling them to eat, you know, your vegetables. why to eat the vegetables.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Not telling them,
Yes.
to
That's
read
right.
the Bible or pray, but telling them the power behind these things,
Yes.
so they have an understanding of why we're doing those things,
Yes.
and then let it. Because every morning, Coach has one, Coach Deck has one, my brother has one. When you make it to the All-Star, Coach, the All-Star team, they give you the coach's Bible.
Okay.
And it's on my desk, and it always relates a coaching moment to a life moment or to a moment with your spiritual life.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? And it's so funny how it all connects. And they were talking about the other day. They were talking about linebackers and how linebackers, the key read for a linebacker is the helmet of the guard.
Yeah.
And no matter what's going on around you, no matter what
I got everything.
what fly motions and all this jet sweep
That's
stuff
the
going
key.
on behind you, you got to stay focused and
That's
go
right.
on the guard no matter what goes on.
That's
and
right.
it just related to the spiritual way. We're saying, as a follower, you have to understand you got to block out all distractions and keep your focus on the guard, which is in spiritual walk is God. And it's so. You take that and you just, it's so parallel with what we're trying to get these young men to do. You know what I
lock
mean? And it's
in
not
on it.
just us. You know what I mean? It could be the radio station, what y'all
That's
doing
right.
right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all are mentoring, y'all are pouring
right.
into your community
Yeah.
by bringing people on, bringing guests on.
That's right.
And letting us use this as a platform.
Yeah.
So it, like you say, it takes a community. Y'all are just important right now
Yeah.
with what
That's
y'all
right.
are doing. So we applaud y'all.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Dang, Jan was on point. What you got that?
She owed it,
My
yeah.
dog.
Yeah, owed it.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Hey. So, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna keep talking about some football. I was trying to get to know y'all a little bit more before the show, asking like, what's your position, what you played, and if you played any college ball or so. Kind of go around and just talk about that individually.
I'm Coach Williams. I graduated from Lakewood High School in 1979. Played wide receiver at Lakewood. No college, but was always small, and coaching was always something I wanted to do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because as a little guy, I never really got a chance.
Yeah.
I told myself when I became a coach, I'm gonna give that little guy a chance.
That's right.
I'm always give him an opportunity to go out there and do what he say he can do.
Okay,
You know,
then.
so right now I tell a lot of times, go, hey baby, you auditioning right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
You want to play on Friday night?
Yeah.
You on scout team, first team, defense?
Yeah.
Make it
That's
happen.
right. Make it happen.
Exactly.
Okay, you go out there, shine, give me a couple catches. Okay, boy, you ready?
Yeah.
That's
You know,
right.
Okay, now we can move on. Nah, we can,
Yeah.
Now I know you're not scared.
Yeah.
You want to play this game. You have a heart to play the game, and that's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Yeah, Derek Cooper. So I played linebacker at Pinellas Park High School.
Okay.
Graduated in 1985. Got a full ride to Bethune-Cookman, and I played nose guard at Bethune.
All right.
And graduated.
What year you was at?
I was
Bethune?
better than you still.
Did y'all play each other?
I don't
Nah,
know.
he graduated he graduated actually when I was just coming to high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I graduated from Bethune in 1990.
Yeah.
90, because I'm
Had
trying
the
to.
privilege to win the 1988 we won the MEAC championship.
Okay.
In 88?
88 we beat FAM.
Okay.
We were both in first place.
Yeah.
And we beat FAM 25-0. That's when
Okay.
we was at Tampa State.
Yeah. I remember.
Okay. I was-
Them was some
I was-
wonderful days.
I was
yo.
probably in there, dog.
God dog it, boy.
Listen.
Why they took it away, G?
Yeah, man.
I ain't even watched the game. I don't know. I don't know what y'all was doing.
No, we didn't
That was
watch the
a
game.
wonderful thing, boy, back in the day,
The one thing
boy.
about black college football, you understand that you are playing by yourself because
Yeah.
nobody's watching.
Just like y'all talking about the Florida, it ain't really about the football. The Florida Classic ain't about the football, boy. It's about everything else.
all the stuff in the periphery.
Exactly.
And halftime.
You can't pay
I'm out
attention to
there
no
killing
football.
myself. I'm looking at the stand. My girl ain't looking at me at all.
Did you see that tackle?
What happened then? No.
Yeah. Y'all won?
So that's
Y'all.
yeah, that's the life of black college football.
Yeah.
No one knows what you're doing on the
Yeah,
field.
exactly.
No one except
man.
your team base. But then I played semi-pro for a couple of years with St. Pete Sharks under Ernest Gibbons.
Oh, okay.
And then I was and then coaching from that point. St. Pete Little Green Devils. I coached at Casey Christian. I coached at Lakewood High School.
Cool.
Brian Cooper, I played safety cornerback, graduated in 1991. broke my knee second game of my senior year at Clearwater High School.
Oh man.
Leading the county at INTs at the time.
Okay. Taking them to the house too? Was you taking them to the house?
On the way I broke my knee, I was trying to take it. I should have.
It was on your way, huh?
I saw the pylon. I was like, so I should have stepped out of bounds. But then after that, what I want to tell to the young listeners, the young men, academically, I just did enough.
Yeah.
To get by. So then, after I broke my knee, I started getting recruited from. At the time, it was Tokyo. I thought it was called Tokyo Westmont. Tokyo Westmont. And then I wasn't going to Iowa. I ain't going to Iowa. I had a homeboy that went to Pinellas Park, Demetrius Lowe. He went up there and he was just calling me, man, come on, Coop, man, come up there. I said, man, I ain't going to Iowa. I ain't going to Iowa. So I ended up going to Cookman, following my brother's footsteps. I went in as a Prop 48 at the time.
Okay.
Prop 48 was when you didn't have a passing score on either the SAT or the ACT.
Right.
So I went to Cookman and then didn't do it academically there. So I didn't fulfill it, came back home, and then I started coaching and stuff.
That's
like
right.
that.
The rest is
young
history.
listeners, make sure you academically solid first.
That's right.
Exactly.
So you have something to fall back on.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Coach Deck, man, I went to Bogus, graduated in '87. Played DN
Okay.
in high school. Man, I had offers from everywhere. Academically, I wasn't even focused on grades. I just played.
Yeah.
That's right.
And most kids do go
Between
to
here
that.
and Charles Park, so
That's right.
it was just to get by.
That's
You know what
right.
I mean? So I actually played a good game against Lakewood with Pat Terrell and them, and I got some interest from Notre Dame. They talked to me, then I found out that my grades, I couldn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
That's right.
I ended up trying to get it right. I didn't even know about having a certain amount of math classes and science. I was just
I feel like a lot of kids lack that.
yeah, so then I ended up going to NEO. I don't know if anybody
Northeast
heard of it.
Oklahoma?
Northeast Oklahoma. Matter
Okay,
of
yeah, I
fact,
heard of
Ernest
it.
Ernest went.
Ernest them went.
That's
They
right.
went. I
Won a
went
national
after them.
championship.
Yeah, won a national title.
Yeah, you won a national championship.
So I ended up going there. Didn't like it. Ended up passing my first 12 hours. So it was enough for me to go to Sanford University in Birmingham, Alabama. At the time, Coach Bowen, the little Bowen. was
Okay.
the coach. And we did.
Tommy, was it Tommy? Or was
Terry.
Yeah,
Terry Bowden, sure was.
So still didn't have the foundation academically.
Yeah.
So me being there, it was just I
Yeah.
wasn't ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I was a street dude.
Yeah.
So not all the way street dude, but kind of street dude.
Yeah.
So when I got to Alabama, I was wilding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I flunked out. And they sent me
Yeah.
home.
Man, when you go to a HBCU, you better have your head on straight.
Yeah.
I know.
My story falls in between everybody's. Graduated Northeast 1990. I was first team all county defensive back.
Okay.
Not a qualifier. Went to a JUCO in Cali. Blew my leg out. Winded up at Clark, Atlanta. And like he says, you better have your head on right. And I mean, by the time I got there, I never really recovered from the knee injury. But by the time I got there, like I didn't really have a love for playing football anymore because I was in Atlanta. You know, I was, let's go to 112, you know, and be out all night. But not academically focused, and didn't graduate, winded up back in St. Pete.
Yeah.
And
Easily done.
this is my job now. I'm with the man. Look at me now.
Look at me now.
You
I
balling,
ended
dog.
up playing safety. And I had never been in the secondary. And I mean, when I got to college, because I was fast and physical, they put me in safety, and then it was
Yeah.
lights out.
Wow.
That was my career.
It was definitely a distraction for going to HBCU. But one thing though, our coaches they treat you kind of like your dad did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They can really grab you,
that's right.
shake you up.
Yeah.
That's right. Talk to you any kind of way.
It's
Yeah.
all black coaches, So my dad wasn't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
That's right.
I wasn't gonna say nothing to my dad anyway.
That's right.
I played under Larry Little,
Okay.
Okay.
Hall of Fame guard for Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And man,
You can't.
they made me hate college football.
You couldn't call Dad. Say, man, Dad, Larry Little said I'm being soft on the field. Yeah. You better listen to damn Larry, dog.
You better listen to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's right.
The cat's a Hall of Famer. So,
They made it brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah.
The thing about it, when we got through the other side, and now me and him are best friends,
Yeah.
Okay.
because he said, "Coop, I was hard on y'all for a reason."
That's right.
Yeah.
Same thing that we're doing now.
That's right.
Yeah.
They were doing it, but it wasn't as smooth.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
This the mid '80s.
That's
right.
To
Anything.
up to 90. It was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're best friends because those life lessons on that field, and then you had to kind of almost like pledge the football team because the upperclassmen didn't want you to come take the position, so they
Right.
they were brutal on us.
Right.
So, but I happened to be at Bethune when Black College Reunion was created
Wow.
in the early '80s.
Yeah.
That's right.
Excuse me, in the mid '80s. It was created while I was there.
Okay.
And talk about distractions.
Yeah, buddy.
Mind blowing.
Daytona.
And you got a Q on your chest. I know y'all was wild. Y'all some damn fools, boy. I know y'all was fools out there, boy.
Yes, sir.
So it was
Tearing it
I know
up.
y'all was acting a fool
Yeah, man.
on the beach, boy. God, dog it. What about you, D, man? You ain't give us your little spiel.
Man, like I said, Tallahassee, born and raised, so I know about the HBC because I got FAMU on that side of the railroad tracks and Florida State. So I went to Gobby High, class of 2000. I played offensive guard. I played defensive tackle, but I like offense, strategy, kind of know where I'm going. If I got a head start, it's a wrap. So I love them trap blocks.
Yes, sir.
You read my helmet if you want to. I'm still coming. Trap blocks, the zones. We love it all, man. But my senior year, we made the playoffs. And the highlight of my year is that we beat Lincoln. Lincoln was loaded that year. They had Dickey. He went to Florida and played quarterback.
I remember him.
Cafonso Thorpe. They had the safety. You said he was from here. I didn't know that.
Thorpe,
No, not Thorpe. Thorpe from Tallahassee. What's the other?
defensive back.
God, dog, he played for
I
the
forgot his name.
Cowboys.
Played for the Cowboys.
I
You
can't
guys,
think of his name.
if you mention his name, he's here, but winded up moving to Tallahassee. I can't recall his name.
I might come back to me.
Paul and Phil, they put me on that. They said that the kid is originally from here. I can't. Yeah. He was a starting safety for Florida State, tall guy, about 6'3".
Yeah, he played for the Cowboys.
I think the Cowboys took him in like the 4th round.
They was loaded though. They had about 14 scholarship D1, and we beat them. We were city champs. They went on to win the state champ. We lost in the first round to Pine Forest. Pine Forest went on to win the state championship that year. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my little thing. I was all city, player of the week a couple times. So I held my own. But you said something like at my senior year, I was kind of like, man, I finally don't get to play football. I've been playing my whole 9th grade year all the way up. No summer. Summer you doing stuff. I threw the shot put like I was always doing something. So after my senior year, I was like, okay, I get to chill. And then I got distracted, you know what I'm saying? And then had some opportunities to play some ball, but I was like, I don't want to play right now. And that window kind of go before you know it.
Close quick. Close quick.
So
Yeah.
That's my little spiel right there, Bonk.
Yeah, my story is I went to Northeast High School. Graduated in 1988. I played defensive lineman until my senior year in high school, and I went on and played O-line. My junior year, I bruised my kidney in a game that I don't remember. Wasn't no pain. Wasn't carted off the field. Just one day started peeing blood. So my mama got scared. She wouldn't let me finish that season or whatever. So I missed probably 4 or 5 games of my junior year. And because of this, what they say, because of their fear, of me getting injured again. They made me play O-line. Had to wear this, the rib cage and all that crap as a lineman and all that, which was crap, But
he really wasn't that good.
I was
Sounds a little soft right there.
I'm gonna pass y'all this for so that y'all can see what
I ain't bring I ain't bring no clips now, Bunk. Come on now.
Clips for you, dog.
Come on, man. I've got to go to the shoebox.
This is Kelvin Stewart is a Jerome Brown type player. That's what the newspaper said. That's what the newspaper. I ain't said. The newspaper said.
Hey, that was Jerry Austin trying to scare some people.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a player. Another player going to Miami.
Running a 44 power all game.
That's right. That's right.
No, but I went to college as a defensive lineman though, and wrestling. That's why I went to Iowa. When I was in high school, and I didn't see people be talking about like I ain't have no guys like y'all that did anything with me as far as football is concerned. I don't know about. I don't know if it was the times or whatever, but Northeast High School. Our coaches, I say his name, Jerry Austin, the rest of them jokers. They didn't tell me. I got not one statement from them about college. But all of a sudden, I'm a senior in high school. I'm just ready to finish high school, join the movement, get me a job, and do my thing in St. Pete. But then school started sending me letters. I didn't know what the hell going on. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a great student. I probably wouldn't have qualified for a big school or anything like that. Anyways, but I was getting all the the HBCUs and NAIA schools and all of that. So school came down. Westmont. It was Westmont College.
It was Westmont at the time.
It was Westmont College. When they came down. And I guess I accepted, and I ended up going to Westmont. The school changed. They got bought out, changed the name. There was Japanese, my brother. Domo Origato, my brother. Hey, but we were a pretty good team, but and I'm glad that I did it. Even though again when I went to college, I had a rough time, up there, as far as the coaches and all of that. Wasn't nobody black on the staff. They didn't understand black folks. But I told my mom I'm coming home. She said, "No, the hell you ain't. You take your ass up to Iowa. You staying." You know what I'm saying? Because she knew what was going on down here. I had brothers, brother who was on dope. I had other brothers who was selling dope, and people was dying right and left. So when I told her I'm coming home, she said, "No, the hell you ain't." So I don't care damn what you do in Iowa, but you ain't coming back here. You better stay your ass in school, So, and that's kind of why I stayed, because I was ready to leave 10 minutes after I got there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I ended up staying. I played my 4 years. And then I stayed an extra year, got another degree, and ended up I graduated in '93 from Westmont University. With a degree in sociology and a degree in psychology. So, and I'm glad I had that experience, even though I missed a whole bunch of them black college reunions, man. Like, God dang! When I first went, I came home from college. I first went to that. I said, God dang! What did I miss every freak. I miss all that shit. Being up in Iowa, I'm going to Dakota days. It's about 10 degrees cold outside, cold as hell. All it is white folks with kegs, about 100 kegs all over the place. Nah, man, that Black College weekend was the thing, and but that was my story, man. Yeah. 727-686-0512. If you want to talk to the boys from Florida's elite, call us right now. What else? What else
I got
you got, Phil?
I got a question because throughout that whole introduction, I heard something that was key. And when you learn something yourself, you teach to the others. What are you guys doing as far as education, like so that they are prepared? I know you start with 10-year-olds, but are you doing something to encourage them? Like, look, get them books first, and then everything else comes after that.
Yeah, I'm a PE teacher at Southside Christian School.
Okay.
Now, that's the first thing I tell my kids. It's not about how good you play football, about dribble a ball or throw a ball, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's about your academics because knowledge is power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you want to be strong, but be smart.
Exercise that
I'm trying to
brain.
make our brothers understand that, it's smart to be cool. It's cool to be smart.
That's
You
right.
know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? So just go out there and get your work, man. And like I tell them, that'll be different.
Yeah.
That'll be different than your boy next to you.
Yeah.
That'll want to do something better than somebody else, man.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you get up and go and got up and win, it's gonna be over. So
That's right.
make sure you do what you're supposed to do. My saying, if you do what you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
you get what you're supposed to get.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I work in the school system as well, and my angle is not when I talk to these young men that I work with. My angle is not college.
Yeah.
My angle is vocational school,
Yeah.
and I give them the reasons why. I'm not saying you can't go to college, but
Mm-hmm.
at the school I work at, they're behind in credits. They're already, a lot of them are
Okay.
discouraged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some
Okay.
of them, might be 17 years old, still might have a ninth grade class that they didn't
Yeah.
pass when they was in ninth grade, so they got to make it up. So a lot of them discouraged. So college, talking college to them is like might be over their head,
Right.
But it's not a bad thing,
Right.
If you take the vocational track, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
learn how to work with your hands.
That's right.
Yeah.
And get a skill set, because
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that work for the city of St. Pete.
That's right.
Plumbers and electricians and carpenters and barbers. You
Yeah,
know what I
right,
mean?
yeah.
I witnessed, I witnessed for almost. I've been, been going to Keith for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I saw him remodel a house and all this stuff
Yeah.
from cutting hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So with we do, talk, college to, but a lot of where I'm at right now, I'm saying get your education and go to P-Tech. Get your skill. Then go 2 years at St. Pete College and get your AA degree. You want you a business degree to learn, about the business and things of that nature. So education is important.
Okay.
But, a lot of conversation that I have just based on, the young men that I'm around, college is great. If you
Yeah.
can go there, and off other people money,
That's right.
then let's take advantage of that. You know what I mean? But if you have to for right now, get your 18 credit hours.
Yeah.
Like they can say a lot of them don't even know about I need 4 math classes, I need 4 English classes. The core classes that they need. And just telling them the importance of education. The other day, me and a teacher, we were in a classroom telling them the difference between how much you make a week if you don't have your high school diploma. How much you make? It was like $300 to $400. How much you make a week if you have your high school diploma? It's like $500 a week. And then if you get your AA, it's like $700 to $800 a week. But if you get your bachelor's, it jumps up to almost $1,000, almost $1,500 a week. So just showing them, the importance of just getting a high school education. Period.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not all the other stuff. Just the difference between $300 to $400 a week with no high school diploma and just $500 to $600 a week with a high school diploma. Just that window right there.
Yeah.
Just close that window for yourself.
Yeah.
And then you can go on from that point. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I know through my fraternity we mentor about 80 boys. We got 2 different groups. The first group is about 80 boys. We call them pathfinders, and it's a group of boys who, for the most part, like my brother say, they're pretty much set to go to college.
Okay.
2-parent homes, right? The boys kind of know for the most part
That's
where
right.
they're going to go. True. They got 3 or 4 college choices that they want to do. And then we have another group that we went to called the Apollos Club. We went to Pinellas County 3 years ago. We said, listen, give me all your F boys. All the boys you say are failing.
All right.
They have a track.
All right.
Yeah.
And they say, by 9th grade, they know by 9th grade, this
That's
boy's
right.
going to be
By
failing.
3rd grade.
Well, they're
That's
like
right.
3rd grade, but I'm saying in 9th grade, they
Yeah.
have all the boys that they project are going to be failing out of Pinellas County.
Yeah.
Right.
So we took those boys.
Yep.
We took those boys, and we have another group. We work with them. We work with them on letting them understand the predatory practices of our government.
Yeah.
They're predators.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to your point, you said productive, and I love that you said you don't like that because
Yeah.
what they see in our boys is what productivity they can get.
Exactly.
On their backs.
Exactly.
Right.
To be their worker, their slave,
their worker bee,
their
right.
modern day slave.
Exactly. Right. So we teach them, and I teach them. The main thing I try to teach them is listen. You have to understand how to navigate through this thing because you are already deemed for what your monetary value can be until you die for this beast.
Yeah.
Right? For this government.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. So I try to let them understand, how you're playing into their hands by your actions, how you're playing into their hands when they can almost predict to the boy what you're going to do, what prison you're going to go to, how many beds to get for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it hurts my heart.
Yeah.
It hurts my heart that they look at our black boys and all they see is productivity for a system.
Yeah.
That's right.
For a system with talent.
What are you going to produce for
What are you
us?
going to produce for us?
Not what are you going to produce for yourself,
Exactly.
or for your family, and for your
Exactly.
people.
So my passion is for these boys because 3 years ago there was an article, and forgive me for running long. There was an article 3 years ago that came out by the top economists in this country. The article, you can look it up. The article states that by 2053, black median wealth, and we all know median means the average.
Yeah.
That's right.
Black median wealth will be zero by 2053. Zero. That means that's the average. That means something less than zero.
That's right.
To make zero.
That's right.
So that thing gave me chills.
Yeah.
Right? So all I've been doing since then, and they can tell you, is when I talk to young men, or when I talk to us, or I talk to you, I try to let us understand how can we go out and carve out generational wealth practices.
Yeah.
Because they've already said the wealth gap is never going to, it's not going to
No.
close.
Yeah.
It's not going to close.
Design.
But here's the thing that's even scarier. That was before COVID.
Yeah.
Since COVID, they reshaped the numbers. Now it's by 2043.
Wow.
So it's 10 years earlier now.
Speed it up. Yeah.
Because of the transfer of wealth through COVID. Because, we can talk about this another time, but it was a great transfer of wealth during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
To the people who look at our boys for productivity.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So they have their wealth situated.
Exactly.
Tucked
Got
away.
it set. Yeah.
For their
Yep.
generation,
Yep.
we're even more worse off. And that's why I'm so glad with what they're doing.
That's right.
Because they're teaching these boys, and me as well, listen, you have to be whole and complete because, like he said, your gift is not for you. Your gift is for your children, your children's children.
That's right.
So how can our grandchildren say, man, granddad was fantastic. Look what he left us.
That's right.
Like the Kennedys, when they turn 21, they get $1 million.
That's right.
Yeah.
How can we do that? And we can.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
That's what it's really about, And I hate to keep throwing finances in there. But
Of course.
you can't avoid it.
Can.
Yeah.
can't.
You
You
can't.
can't avoid it.
Central.
That's right.
It's very essential. Not just finances, but the whole wholeness, what that encompasses as well. So
That's right.
I'm passionate about it because we've been getting short in the sticks since
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
16, 19.
That's right.
Short end of the stick.
Yeah.
And it's time for us to. We got to create a new economy. That's why I thank God for crypto and for the blockchain. But
Yeah.
that's another conversation.
Yeah.
New currency.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we got like 20 minutes left, D.
What we got?
I want to know. Listen, all that we don't got spiritual, we don't got financial, we don't got we don't got with nutrition. I want to talk some crap right now.
All right.
I'm a Bucks fan and a Miami Hurricane fan, man.
Well, is this a roll call? Who you with?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah,
Who you with?
But not only that. I mean, I'm with the you right here, man. I'm with the you right here, man.
All day.
Hey, I think the camera see that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
I'm with the you.
I'm
with the you.
surrounded in this thing, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I mean.
I ain't gonna win this discussion.
No, it's not. It's really not. I'm not asking about how you think Miami or anybody's gonna do, but
Yeah, right.
But the thing about it is how much football is important to us in this country to me anyways. I got my problems with this country. If we weren't on this radio right now, I'd be saying some real nasty stuff about how I think this country works for black people and all that. But I'm addicted to football. Addicted. Messed up badly about football. And I get mad when the Bucks lose. I get mad when the Canes lose. You know what I'm saying? Is your passion for the game? Because we done talked about how your passion for the people. Is your passion for the game that high? Where's your passion for your team or whatever?
You might not want to hear this from me.
Yeah. I need to hear it.
Because I do like the Hurricane.
Yeah.
That's the only team.
Yeah.
I really watch NFL.
Okay.
The guys, I just got through talking to Ray Shaw. He plays for the Jaguars.
Yes, sir.
From last night. And he has a major injury, had ankle surgery and whatnot. But for me, football is just a form of entertainment. Right?
Yeah.
That when you know what you're dealing with, you know how to deal with it. You understand it's just entertainment.
Yeah.
So Ray Shawn, he's a dog. Silver Lake.
Yeah. Exactly.
Went to Miami.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He out there. First game of the season, we went to the game, and he trying to take everybody's head off.
Yeah.
So when we come off the field, he like, Coach, why you quiet? I said, why you playing like that? And he was like, Coach, I gotta play that way.
Yeah.
In order to keep my edge, keep my money, whoop.
Yeah.
So my thing to him was, you're a professional now.
Yeah.
He trying to feed his family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He trying to feed your family.
Yeah.
Ain't no need you hurting him. Ain't no need him hurting you.
Yeah.
It's just a form of entertainment.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Entertain the people and take home the check.
And go.
Yeah.
So my thing on football is different, but we utilize football for the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have the passion for the game as much, and I don't like even during the COVID with the national anthem and all that thing. I really got really bitter about the game. And if you watch NFL now, guess who sings the national anthem now?
All black.
Everybody black.
And we,
of course.
you know what I'm saying? And so for me, I'm offended.
Yeah.
But it's not for me to get out there and say anything about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just a form of entertainment. I love the fact that the world has put so much on it.
Yeah.
Because we are, I won't say the superior being, but we can benefit greatly from it.
Yeah.
And we can take and change a lot of things that's been put in place to stop us with it.
True.
So that's my
You
thing.
still getting philosophical and come on, dog.
No, okay,
all that philosophy is.
That's my take on the game.
I want, hey,
Man, I'm not
get here,
I'm not
son.
an NFL guy myself.
Come on, man.
I like guys that gonna play the game from the heart.
Yeah,
Okay.
So it ain't about the money, it ain't about the dollars and cents and all
Yeah.
that. I want kids. I love to see kids play with passion.
Yeah,
Have a passion for the game. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Those kids there, they gonna be a dog.
Exactly.
Because they have a passion for it. When you were just out there just going through the motions,
yeah,
you can tell.
yeah,
As a
yeah.
coach, you were like, boy, please. So, amen. No, you ain't, man.
Exactly.
I have a saying they already know. I tell them just like this.
Yeah. Turn it loose. Turn it loose, huh? This ain't for you.
And that's what I tell them. That beast inside you, let him go.
Yeah,
That thing that want to go out and knock his head off, boy, let him out.
Yeah.
Because that's what you need right now.
Yeah.
But there's a way you got to be able to turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and that's what
Gotta
those are the
still
ones to
keep
be the
maintain a level of control.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
I'm with you though, Bump. I'm with you.
All right. I know my dog now.
I'm with.
I know my dog now.
He's passionate about the game. The Cowboys lose.
Cowboys.
You can't don't call it.
Yeah, no call.
So you hated it when we bust that ass first game. Gonna do it again this year. Go ahead, Ardell. Hey, y'all, I know y'all met Ardell, but this is our
Station manager.
this is our
man.
station manager. He got a question for you.
As a, cause I'm listening, and as an ex-athlete myself, what do y'all do to teach kids decompression and recovery?
Ooh, that's a good one.
You mean
So in which
Okay,
way?
so I'm
Physically or
Are you talking mentally?
Yeah, all
decompression is mental.
Because even in the guys that we teach, that we have in the NFL right now currently, like I'm trying to get them mental health because my nephew, he didn't want me to say that, but I can say it. My nephew, LJ Lewis Murphy, right?
Yeah.
Played in the game since he was 8.
Yeah.
That's all he knows.
Exactly.
That's all he knows. Off season, going hard, getting ready to prepare.
Yep.
So when his final day came, he struggled, and some of them have CT. You know what I mean? So, and then as African American males, we don't really want help like that.
Yeah.
But so now I'm trying to set up where they can be kind of like debrief. Yeah. Because it's an adjustment and it's a life after football that they have never experienced.
Yeah.
Like being in the military.
Yeah.
So, you
here's,
have to debrief.
Here's why I'm asking, because I've done college at a D1 level and I've been in the military. So I've been to war.
Right.
So you're up on the hunt all the time. But I got lucky enough because a black woman, my African American studies teacher actually taught me how to decompress, how to come down off that high. Because I used to be in media, like when y'all know football players, when they finish, they go right to the media, and then that's when they get them sound bites and Sports Center run with the narrative. It's because they still
The emotion.
The
emotion is not a lot of emotion.
I used to get caught up in that. The passion. I play point guard, so passion of the game is at an all-time high. So I just wanted to.
That's good something to talk about.
Yeah, we talk about education. We talk about training. We talk about preparing.
Now you talking about mental health,
That goes back to the wholeness,
which is very important. Mental health is
mental health definitely important.
And you're seeing that in all aspects of sports right now. There's a lot of and these.
You're a psychology major, sports psychology.
Yeah, I mean Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka. These ain't old people. Yeah. These ain't like it. I went to war and all that. I came back. I'm 30, 40 years old and now These are kids.
Yeah,
and they are like, I can't compete because my mind is not right. Like you said, I haven't been able to decompress. It's all I'm bombarded with. The game, my training, the media, the pressure of winning and all that. So it can be really tough. You know what I'm saying? To do that, and not just for professional athletes, but little league, high school, and college. For a kid, because I've seen it. I coach little league. I know where you got a parent or people who done told this kid how great you supposed to be. And get you the best, buy you all your equipment, your stuff better than everybody's, and want you to do this and want you to do. But the coach see how you playing and that you really aren't where you're supposed to be, and you on the bench. That's pressure on that. That's embarrassing and pressure on that kid, and and that's not it's not good. So it's a lot to that. So there are things that we have to do. I mean, probably one thing that decompression is really being connected with these parents, and as far as much as we can in that situation, and really trying to teach them ways that they can decompress. Don't let them, not allowing them to when football is over, your practice is over, then we need to move on to something else almost immediately. Something that's maybe relaxing or just. That's going to take your mind away from that process. You know what I'm saying? You're not in competition mode all the time. You can come up. You done just practice, for 2 hours. Now you come home and beat your little brother up. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there. Your little brother playing his video game. You just come tackling. Like, God dang, dog. Bring it down. Little brother, calm. But seriously, you've seen that kind of stuff. Kids watch wrestling and body slam. They younger siblings and hurt. Stuff like that really happens. The mental health piece is very, very important.
And it helps when the way way we do it because it's important to be whole.
Yeah.
So you can't make that your all.
Yeah.
So sometimes, again,
Gotta
me
break
saying,
away.
man, that's just a form of entertainment.
Yeah.
It kind of like helps them to put it back.
Yeah. Got to break away from
in a
it.
certain spot.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I'll tell them in a minute, you know different than a comedian on stage.
Yeah.
Or a singer or whatever. I understand what the world's saying.
Yeah.
But you're still entertaining.
Yeah.
So now, benefit from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Use it to your advantage. And D-Law, he pours into them to who they are. And Coach Williams spiritually. And that's our educator and finance man. So we try to create a whole person. You get a good man, you're going to get a good football.
Yes, sir.
But to back to what he was talking about, the mental health, the important thing that you did was you accepted it. You understood, and that's where that self-awareness comes in.
Exactly.
You gotta know to
And being
understand.
able to admit
You gotta
to
know
yourself,
to
being able to admit, like, I need this help.
Yeah.
I need this help.
Yeah.
So it's easy for a black man to say, I'm good.
Yeah.
And self-diagnose.
Easy.
Self-diagnose it
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but the biggest step that you made, and why you're, it's because you said, I need that. And that's the key component of, one of the parts of this training is the key component is being able to understand, especially as black men.
Yeah.
How often do we all go out with our homeboys and sit down at a table and have dinner and pour out your feelings about what's going on in your life?
Yeah.
How often do we do that?
That's
why
right.
Not
we
very.
can't do that?
Not very.
Not very often at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Not as black.
Supposed to be black
Black
men.
women do. Black women go out to eat all the time and pour out all their
Everything.
feelings to their girlfriends.
Yeah.
It's some type of I can't trust you with my
I can't
with
show
my
you my
weaknesses.
feelings.
I can't
Yeah.
show you
Yeah,
no.
be vulnerable.
You know?
It's nature versus nurture, because if we showed feelings 150 years ago, we were lynched. Right?
Yeah.
If we showed feelings,
That's right.
the dogs are
Yeah.
closed. So that trauma, we gotta understand that trauma's been passed down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we've never had a chance corporately.
I will
Yeah.
say we are unlearning it because I have friends from high school that we do that. We might not be able to get physically together,
Right, yeah,
But for
right.
instance, like I've never been a big video game person because I was always training and working.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
But I recently started, getting on for an hour or so on the weekend or something because we get on the headset, and we're not really talking about the game. Like we'll be playing, we suck, but
Talking about life.
we talk
Catching
about-
up.
That's
Yeah.
the release though.
Yeah, we're talking about whatever we got to talk about to make it through that next week.
But that's a great way to decompress. I used to do that too. I used to come home and I played. I wasn't good, but I played the same game for about 3 years after work. For about at least a round of golf. I played this game called I just played it one time because it just made me relax for a minute. It take me 20 minutes and I'm done. And okay, now I can deal with
Whatever coming my way.
whatever come my way. Just some kind of way to just let your mind,
It's more acceptable now with black men.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
And they call us. They call each one of us, like I said last night on the phone with Ray, because he trusts us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know his battle. We know the good and the bad. We done seen it. So they'll call Coach and say,
I
Coach,
talked to
man,
Bernard Reedy this morning.
just
Yeah.
pray for
All
me.
right.
Coach B,
What's
how you
going on,
doing?
Coach? What's
When
going
Coach
on,
Brian
man?
see you,
Yeah.
he gonna ask you, man, how you doing?
Yeah.
And he know when he asks you that's not a cliche. I want to know how you
How you doing?
And he may stand there longer and say, no.
I really want
How you really doing?
How you doing?
So he gonna tell you I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the first gonna be the one
Yeah.
to say, man, I love you, man.
Yeah.
That's
And they got you and hug you. So when they get to a certain point, we all have our ones that just latch on to one of us
Yeah.
and will give you a call.
Awesome,
And we
man.
have to be able to pour
into
be
them.
prepared to pour what we need to in them. So we have to make sure that we prepare
Yeah.
and stay physically and spiritually blessed so we can be that. for them.
Yeah.
Also think with the young, because y'all work with a lot of youth.
Right.
So for me, what helped me accept what she was telling me, because at first I was a little knuckleheaded, but her husband, I don't know if he's still married, but he played in the NBA. And as a basketball player, that's what I was trying to go.
Right.
So she actually put me on the phone with him, and he told me his routine, which involved meditation and which involved reading. And he did all this. And he was like, this helps me play better. So I was like, well, if that works,
I aspire to be there.
Yeah. So it kind of.
What was his name? What was her last name?
Her last name was Houston.
Well, you know Allen Houston.
Yeah.
A lot of Allen Houston's wife.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Allen Houston.
Y'all played at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allen Houston's a man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but you know, it was one of those things where it was like, you know, I mean, he wasn't playing by the time I got to college.
No, but yeah, he was a man.
He had been there, and I had known who he was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and meditation big.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of football players not going to yoga.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
So it's good
yoga.
for
Which was so uncool back in the day.
It was uncool.
Yeah.
You know, but
So
now,
uncool.
Well, check out, you know, the it's not necessarily new, you know, but a big thing now is mindfulness exercises that you can do. I mean, it's not meditation in the same sense, but it's kind of like that. But in mindfulness, it's just like, you know, it's almost like a decompression. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's intended for you to, you know, to let whatever has been going on, you know, in your life or in your day or at some moment, you know, be less important than what's going on with your body. Being present somewhere else and recognizing what's going on around you and about your body rather than recognizing what, you know, so-and-so said bad about you the other day and, you know, and all that stuff. Not dwelling on that kind of stuff and finding a way to, you know, to really channel your brain to something more positive. It's a whole new school of psychology that's based on positive psychology.
Yeah.
And it's really, really important, you know, and that's, you know, I taught it for years. I just recently stopped doing classes in groups, but that was my thing, positive psychology. I did those exercises every day, you know, and it's important, you know, so
Very important.
yeah, so that you can keep your mind, you know.
Who get all philosophical now?
I tried to. Y'all didn't want to do it.
Trying to get all philosophical now.
He went from, how about this? He went from, how about this? The Bucks gonna beat the hell out of Dallas again next year. This year, rather, this season.
I don't know, man.
We gonna
gotta
beat
get a
y'all.
quarterback.
Yeah, we gonna beat your ass with Kyle Trash.
Oh, that's in Florida, man. You can't
Goddamn.
Oh, there you go.
do that.
So you went to Florida, obviously.
No. I went to school in New Jersey. But I'm from Gainesville, so I'm gonna get it.
Okay,
Got you.
Where'd you go?
He was over there quiet the whole time.
Yeah, there.
Yeah. Now he's
What
a
Florida
Gator.
State gonna do, man? I don't even know how you can do this. You like doing that?
I'm loyal, dog.
To what?
He ain't got no
What you
choice.
got now?
To what? That man said to
See,
what?
I said this was gonna happen, and look at it.
Hey man, we had fun with y'all,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man.
Y'all,
man.
y'all some bad brothers.
Yeah.
When I say bad, I mean good.
Yeah.
And we definitely gonna get y'all back on. And man, when y'all get to rolling, man, I'm offering them up too. We gonna come out there and help y'all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I ain't running no routes. I ain't backpedaling. They gonna be the tackling dummies. but man, we gonna look. Y'all keep us in touch, man. We gonna get you back on. And
March 26th.
March 26th.
Lakewood Country Club,
Okay,
9 o'clock.
9
All
o'clock
right.
a.m.
A.m.
All right,
That'll be the first.
we
First session.
First session.
9:15.
26. I'm out of town. They'll be out there.
Yeah,
They're gonna be out there.
Yeah, just let
My
us know,
agent, my agent said I'll be there.
Yeah.
9 o'clock. You get to see it go down.
man. All right.
What's up, man?
All right.
True that.
Appreciate
Man,
y'all
K, we
coming in,
love
K.
y'all.
Amen.
See you
y'all
next
next time.
week, man. Florida Elite.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
Thank you, man. That was awesome.
Oh no. Go back and look at it. I did good.
What did he say? What's wrong? What'd you say?
listening to